Texas Republican Senator Ted Cruz, who's on the Judiciary and Foreign Relations Committee. Senator, great to have you with us today. You hear those numbers, which I'm sure you know them quite well, the numbers that are crossing into Texas, 10,000 a day. In New York City, we're getting 10,000 a month, which is untenable in this city situation. I just want to play the mayor here. This is Mayor Adams, because President Biden is in New York City, so he's hoping that the president will get this message. Watch this.
I am hoping that he understands this beautiful city that's the economic engine of the entire country is being saddled with a $2 billion that we spent already, $5 billion we're going to spend in this fiscal crisis. New York don't deserve this. The asylum seekers don't deserve this. And so while he's here, I think that they should really reflect on New York City has done its part.
Senator, you hear that? You wonder if the tide is starting to turn now that cities like New York are having to handle the kind of things that have been happening in Texas for years.
Yeah, look, we're seeing this happen all across the country. You've got the Democrat mayor of New York City. You've got the Democrat mayor of Washington, D.C. You've got the Democrat mayor of Chicago. You've got the Democrat mayor of San Francisco. You've got the Democrat mayor of Los Angeles. All of them are declaring that illegal immigration is a crisis. You've got the Democrat governor of New York State. You've got the Democrat governor of Massachusetts. They're all dealing with the consequences. Eric Adams said, the mayor of New York, just 2 weeks ago, he said that illegal immigration is destroying New York City. Those are his words, not mine, and that if we don't do something to stop it, that it will destroy New York City. Now, he's not wrong. But it is also enormously hypocritical because he blames the problem on, as he puts it, some madman down in Texas, by which he means Greg Abbott, our governor, because the governor has put several thousand illegal immigrants on buses and sent them to blue jurisdictions across the country. Look, the numbers that are being bussed from Texas are a fraction. As you noted, New York has had roughly 110,000 illegal immigrants, and he says that is a crisis destroying the city. The state of Texas and our entire southern border have had, during that same time period, 7.2 million illegal immigrants. As you just noted, as Bill Malugin did in his terrific report, we're getting about 9,000 people a day. That means in 12 days, we get on our southern border what New York is saying is a crisis over the last 2 years. We're getting that over and over and over again. And the person responsible for it is Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and every Senate Democrat who have been complicit in these open borders. This is a man-made crisis, and if Eric Adams wants to end it, he needs to pick up the phone and call Joe Biden,
well,
or I'll tell you what, he can call Chuck Schumer in Manhattan.
I think he's tried to get the attention of the White House. What do you think about the fact that the president gave a speech today, and we're going to speak with John Kirby from the White House in just a little bit, didn't say anything about what's happening at the border, has not sat down with the presidents of Mexico or Guatemala to say, we need to come to some kind of agreement on this?
Well, when Biden did sit down with the president of Mexico last year, the president of Mexico did a press conference in Spanish where he stood next to Biden and he bragged. He said Biden is the first president of either party, Democrat or Republican, not to build even a meter of new border wall. Essentially, the president of Mexico bragged about Biden's open borders. And Martha, the thing to understand, there's a strategy. There is a reason Joe Biden didn't talk about illegal immigration today, because they cannot defend the disaster that is unfolding. A few months ago, I was down at the border. I try to bring senators down to see firsthand what's happening. I was down there, and a reporter asked me, they said, aren't the policies of the Democrats more humane, more compassionate on immigration? And I got to tell you, I just started laughing. I said, who doesn't believe that anymore? The Democrats. Where's Joe Biden? Where's Kamala Harris? Where's even a single Democrat senator? Where's AOC? She's got her white pantsuit. The reason they don't come is you cannot see the death and suffering and misery and the children and women sexually assaulted. You can't defend it. So their only strategy is to ignore it and to hope the corporate media does the same. Y'all are doing an awesome job.
Headlines in the New York Times, child labor and the broken border. Do you think that things are shifting here because these cities are seeing this? And I need a quick answer if you can, sir. And you have legislation in the Senate. Do you think this is a moment when something could pass because these other states are under so much pressure?
So unfortunately, where we are, every Democrat in the Senate remains committed to Joe Biden's open border. So we've been able to get no Democrats willing to work together to secure the border. No Democrats even willing to support Kate's law, which I authored, which says that aggravated felons should get a mandatory minimum when they cross illegally. We got a lot more work to get Democrats to listen to the American people.
These Democrat mayors are very upset, and we'll see if the tone changes, because the Democrats just say, oh, it's a Republicans' problem. And, you know, I think people are so tired of it. They're looking for some actual solutions out of Washington. Senator, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's good to have you with us.